Hello dear you, welcome back to my channel and to my picnic mat. Apparently you guys liked a lot that I had company in my previous video, so I'm hoping that Husky will visit us this time too, and we're gonna do something different, that is a personality test. I was wondering the other day if you guys know me well enough and if I know you well enough, and I decided we could do a personality test together. So I looked up an article that classifies the best free website where you can take a personality test, and there's this one, Who Am I? Visual DNA, that caught my attention the most. It says the Who Am I visual DNA test is also one of the most fun and useful personality quizzes you will come across, formatted less like question and answer and more like a pick a photo that you think is pretty system. It will show how your character defines your outlook on and approach to life. I did not understand half of the sentences I read out, but we're gonna take the visual DNA test, and if you'd like to do it alongside with me, go to the description. I left there the link where you can join me and discover yourself a little bit more, or if you just want to listen to my random awkward questions, sit back and relax. Let's begin. Which of these amazes you the most? I would say I'm pretty impressed by the wonders of nature, and the Northern Lights is something that I would love to see, or in general anything related to nature, so I'm gonna click on that picture. How do you create fun in your life? By careful planning or spontaneity? Definitely the more spontaneous the better. I do plan. You need to plan when you take as many flights as I do, but if something comes up spontaneously, that usually ends up being the coolest thing to do at every trip of mine, so spontaneous. How would you make the most of a morning off? Oof. Actually, most of my mornings are off because I work in the afternoons and evenings mainly, or even at night, so I sleep in. I think it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that simply I may finish working at 2 a.m. and then I can't get up at 7 in the morning, so I mainly sleep in the morning. If you're meeting a friend at 6 o'clock, when are you more likely to arrive? I spent a decade living in Spain, and in Spain it's very normal to be late. I think I'm still not on the late side, but I definitely don't arrive earlier, so I would be there exactly at 6 o'clock or 6:01. Which is more likely to be your desk? I'm a pretty tidy person, I would say. Maybe not as tidy as the picture on the left, but definitely not the pic on the right. Which one are you? How large is your vocabulary? In which language? I love languages, and I would like to think that I have quite a wide vocabulary, but definitely not as wide as a native speaker's vocabulary. So I'm gonna pick not the library, but those many leather-bound books. How vivid is your imagination? Too vivid? I think none of these pictures can describe my imagination. I'm gonna take the maximum. I think I'm a very creative person, but most of my ideas are just plain bad, so I have way too many ideas. How do you tend to act in social situations? I think I'm either the first or the second. I do tell stories and I try to be funny even if I'm not funny. I'm gonna say I crack jokes and no one laughs. If life was a play, who would you be? This is gonna sound very selfish and egocentric, but I would like to be the protagonist, and I hope you all are the protagonists of your lives. How strongly do you feel emotion? What's this question about? Why is it all about water, and what does it mean to how strongly do you feel emotion? I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I'm gonna choose the prettiest picture, which in my opinion is the second one. It's a water drop in a calm water. Yeah, kinda a cool picture, but I still don't understand the question. What are we most likely to find in your mind? You don't wanna know. I'm telling you, loads of crazy creative ideas. Most of them are just really awkward and bad. But if I need to choose a picture how it would look like, I think it's the colorful painting. It's vivid, creative and crazy. What would it look like if you wrote a list of your thoughts? Oof. I'm very critical with myself, so it would be a very lengthy list. Maybe not as lengthy as the last picture, but definitely the fourth one. And I'm also aware of my strengths, so don't think that I'm just judging myself all the time. I don't think it's good to beat yourself up for every small mistake you have, but own your flaws and improve on them if you can. How would you lead? proper job. Husky, don't, Husky, it's not the best moment. I know you want to take a personality quiz as well, but be patient. Give me some spotlight as well. You are the star here, I know you guys are only watching the video because of him, and he knows it, and now he wants to come over and eat the picnic mat. Bye, Husky. I may have hurt him. You think he's upset? Oh well. Where were we? How would you lead? Any of these? Then perhaps the first or the second? It's very difficult to choose from these pictures because I don't think it's any of these. I'd like to think that it's fun to work with me because even though I take things seriously, I always end up laughing at myself, and it's never like dead serious, any situation, any professional context. But which picture would be... Okay, let's choose the second one. Something friendly, a kind, positive atmosphere, I hope. Which of these makes society work? In my opinion, either the third or the fourth. Definitely helping out each other, supporting each other. So those two pictures, in my opinion, express that kind of society, the one I would like to think of. I'm gonna choose the fourth one. That looks very nice. Standing in a circle, supporting each other. Yeah, that kind of society would be my dream society, I think. How emotionally secure are you? I used to be very insecure. When I started 6 years ago working in the Chess 24 studios, that was my first on-camera job. I was not very confident, and working on camera, being exposed to online comments especially, made me even more insecure about myself. So it took me quite some time, a year or two at least, until I realized that being a public person means that I will always get comments that I may not like, I may not want to hear. It just means that there are angry people out there who want to hurt you, but you shouldn't listen to the trolls and haters. Be very aware that both praise and negative comments can influence you too much. So you shouldn't be dependent on online praise either. I think the most important, if you are exposed to comments on the internet, is that you know yourself how valuable your work is. You do your best, you try hard, you keep improving, and then if you are satisfied with your work, if you are proud of what you did, nothing else really matters. It doesn't matter what other people say, in my opinion. I do appreciate the comments, don't think I don't. I read every single comment on YouTube, but I just know that I can't be dependent on the feedback online, whether I should be happy or sad about how good is my content. That's all I meant. Keep writing those comments because I read them, every single one. So I'm gonna choose, maybe not that secure as this castle looks like, but I'm gonna choose this very nice mansion. I think I am secure enough already. How do you feel when you're stressed? It depends. It depends how tense the situation is. I don't like to be under time pressure. That's been one of my biggest flaws, that I can panic when there's not much time to get something done. But normally I would take a problem as an opportunity to solve. So I think I'm gonna go for the Rubik's Cube. Where would you feel most relaxed? I love nature, I already said that. So I'm gonna choose something that's related to nature, either lying in a park, listening to music, or looking at the waves of the ocean and sea. I like those two pictures a lot. I wouldn't be able to choose, but I have to, so let's say water. It makes me really relaxed to be looking at the sea, just listening to the waves, the breeze. I like that. Where are you now? Oh, it's a mix, I guess. I'm at home, but I'm also at work because this is where I work, and out and about, if this counts as outside in the backyard. I guess I'm at home. How do you react when someone insults you? Well, this is somewhat related to the online comments because that's where I got the most hurtful, mean comments ever. So a person face to face would never say those kind of things to me, in my opinion, and that's what I also try to remind me of when I get another really hateful comment, is that If that person saw me in real life, would he or she be able to say that into my face? And most of the times the answer is no, so I just ignore those comments. But back to this question, since I learned through hard times how to deal with those kind of situations, I think mainly nowadays I just laugh. If it's a really nasty insult, it makes me laugh because I know it comes from a place that's totally unreal. How do you like to celebrate a personal achievement? With friends and family or with my partner? I think I'm gonna choose the small friendly group, friends, family and my partner. How do you react to other people's success? I am genuinely happy for my colleagues and friends when they succeed. It may sound like I say it just to be nice, but it actually comes from the bottom of my heart. And I would never want anyone to wish bad for someone on their team or as a colleague, because if they succeed, they also push your boundaries more. They make you work harder, they make you do better. So yeah, the better they do, the better I do, the better we do. I'm very happy for people's success. Which is most like you at a party? I hope it's not the lampshade. I think I'm a fun and cheerful person to be around. Maybe I should get confirmation from my friends or husky, but definitely not the one that gets wasted. Who would be most likely to think like you? I'd like to think I'm an artist of some sort, and in that case I'm gonna choose the painter, even if my drawings and paintings are terrible. Don't tell my mom. Don't tell my mom, she's an art teacher. In general, how do you think people treat others? In general, I think people are very kind to each other and very loving and caring. So I'm gonna choose either the first or second picture. Out of these, which should the government focus on first? I think it's freedom or peace. Both of them are very important. And I'm gonna choose peace, but freedom, obviously. Freedom and peace, the two of them. When would you clean up? I'm not that bothered if there are a few things on my desk, but I would definitely not let it go as bad as the last picture, so I think the second one. What is your style of organization? Don't fly away picnic mat. I do have an agenda and I like to make handwritten notes. I used to write things on my hand, just like on the last picture, but that was mainly in primary and high school, so I'm gonna pick the first one. I think I'm quite an organized person and I do like to keep an agenda. How much planning do you do before you start work? Quite a lot. It may not be as much as the last picture, but I do prepare a lot, and that makes me feel ready to either record a video, do a broadcast, cover an event. I do like to live by the over-prepare, then go with the flow quote I read in a Richard Branson article. What's the best way to learn? It's so personal. In my opinion, I learn a lot from my own mistakes and with the help of friends. Oh, it's such a difficult question. It really depends on the field. I'm gonna say I mainly look up things on the internet when I don't know something. I watch tutorials, I read about things. So I mainly learn on my own, but it's of course always great to have someone who can help you out. How much energy do you have after meeting new people? I thought it was gonna be about how much energy do you have in general, because I think I'm most of the time full of energy. But after meeting new people, my battery would be perhaps half gone. I'm an introvert, so meeting new people for me is quite an effort. Even if I love meeting new people, Husky don't. Husky don't. The camera stays. Please, please, Husky, go that way. Go that way. Good boy. He really wants to be the star of the show. I can understand him. He knows all the nice comments he received on the previous video. How comfortable do you feel if you spend the day on your own? Oh, really comfortable. As I already mentioned, I'm an introvert, mainly. I think we all are a bit of a mix, but I tend to be more of an introvert than an extrovert, and I do need a lot of me time to be ready to attend events, to go out, to see people. So I would be actually very happy if I just have a day on my own, and then I meet up with friends and family. So I'm not an antisocial, but I do need my own time. When things go wrong, where does your mind take you? Well, it would be difficult to think about the first picture if things are going wrong, right? But I also don't think it would be a prison. Maybe more this gentleman who's trying to push a stone, and I would like to think that the gentleman, or in this case me or you, is strong enough to deal with that problem. What are you most likely to do after getting into an argument? I think I would need some time on my own to reflect on the argument and see what could I do better and what's the other person's perspective. So I would definitely try to go for a walk in nature. Which game would you rather play? Is this a question? I spend my whole life playing chess, but I love other games too. I love board games in general. I love any kind of fun games such as The Last Picture. I would definitely go for Twister 2 or cards or charades. I would love to pick all 4 pictures, but since I've been playing chess from the age of 4, I think I need to pick that picture. How do you most like to be entertained? Pick as many as you like. Finally, we can choose more. Concerts, yes. Excursions, yes. Reading, yes. Watching TV, not really. I don't like watching a TV. Maybe go to the cinema, but not watching TV. Watching a broadcast or a stream is different, or YouTube videos, but TV, I don't really like watching TV. Playing games? Yeah, lately I started playing more games. I even know what a Wii is and the PlayStation. Terms that I wasn't very familiar with before. A football match? Why not? I've been to the Bernabeu in Madrid a couple of times. I actually like the atmosphere and the tennis events. Magic Box? Really cool. Theater? Yeah. And movies? I think the computer too, if that refers to YouTube. Which of these are you passionate about? Photography, definitely. Family and friends. Shopping I'm not passionate about, but I do like to go shopping sometime. I wouldn't say I'm passionate about it. Arts, working out, music, electronic stuff, computers, well, I guess that's the world we live in. Cars, no, I'm not really into cars and DIY. I'm gonna leave that to my significant other half. What age are you? Really? I need to tell you my age when it's on Wikipedia and everywhere so everybody knows. I'm 31. Are you male, female, other? I think I'm a female. What is your current level of education? I don't have a PhD, but I did finish university, so that would be master's. What's your relationship status? Living together, I guess. Are you currently self-employed? Freelancer. Which of these best describe your line of work? I mainly started in education. I used to teach in kindergarten and primary schools. I taught chess to 4 or 5-year-olds and above. But nowadays it's mainly media, broadcasting events and doing online work like this. Well, this is not work, this is fun, but you know what I mean. Twitch, YouTube and just any kind of content creating platform where I can be myself. Try to be myself. The last section contains a mix of lifestyle and brand preference questions. It's not essential, but it helps us keep the quiz free. Are you happy to answer them? Well, I would normally, but in this case, to keep the video short, I think we're gonna click on no. And if you guys wanna do it at home, feel free to do so. I just don't want this video to be an hour and a half long. You would get bored and fall asleep while I'm trying to figure out who I am. So let's see the results. That's all, folks. The next click will give you your results. Did you enjoy your quiz experience? Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was fun. Yay, the results! Are you curious about what personality type I get? And have you been answering the questions too? If so, let me know about what your result is. My one says, you're the captain! An influential achiever. You're on the top rung, where those on deck look up to you. I wish this was true. It says I'm 99% on openness. Openness reflects your willingness to embrace new and unusual experiences. Your high level of openness suggests that you are imaginative, creative, and comfortable with variety and change. But you can also tend towards individualistic behavior and impractical thinking. Absolutely true, that part. Consciousness. 50% on this. You're good at thinking through your actions before acting on an impulse. This helps you to avoid unnecessary stress and trouble, but it can also lead to workaholic and perfectionist extremes. Your quiz, because this sounds just like me. Extroversion. I got 93% on that. That surprises me. I think I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert. Extroversion reflects how energetically you engage with the outside world. Your high level of extroversion suggests that you experience positive emotions from social situations and activities, so are likely to seek them out and thrive in them. True and not true. What I was saying, I do enjoy a lot meeting people, I do enjoy a lot being at events and engaging conversations, but they also take energy from me. So I wouldn't say that I get fully charged from those social interactions. It's more the other way. I enjoy them, but I also need time on my own. Agreeableness. Agreeableness indicates your concern for the happiness of social groups. I got 86% on this. You value getting along with others, so are considerate, friendly, and willing to compromise your interests for the benefit of the group around you. As a result, you tend to be very popular. Am I? Neurotism. This is the lowest I got, 12%. I wonder what this means. I don't have neurons at all. Neurotism shows your tendency to respond emotionally to events. You are calm, emotionally stable, and are less easily upset than people with high levels of neurotism. Oh, then I'm actually happy that it's a very low percentage. But this doesn't necessarily mean you experience more positive feelings than them. Alright, you're telling me I'm not happier than others. That's fine. But yeah, I feel like this quiz has been quite accurate. The answers I got, I agree with most of them except for the extrovert part. Let me know what you have thought of the results, if you have also answered the questions, and how did you like this video in general, because I do read the comments and I do care about your feedback. I just don't put my happiness on the line where if I get positive feedback, I'm happy. If I get negative feedback, I'm gonna cry. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know if you would like me to take more tests alongside with you. We could do this more often in the future. Bye from me, and bye from the actual star. See you soon again.
Oh my.